Good afternoon, my dear students. In the first part of my deliberation, I have talked to you about Henry David Thoreau's his life and his writings, his contribution to the field of literature, with special reference to Walden Pond. Today I am going to deliver the second part of this chapter, especially Walden. So Walden, I already talked to you, it's unquestionably Thoreau's major work, and Thoreau first raises the question of life's economy. He experiments with living deliberately, and these experiences we can also consider with we should compare with the post-Socratic theme is that simplifying one's life frees one to see more clearly. One will better perceive the world around one, will see what constrains one's life, and most important, will be freer to explore one's inner self for divine insight. Because Thoreau sees himself as having been engaged in an experiment in living. Living Walden is not a problem for or a contradiction of his philosophical outlook. When the experiment comes to an end, he looks forward without concern. I quote, "Only that day dawns to which we are awake. There is more day to dawn." Unquote. Thoreau seeks in Walden and many of his other writings to effect an awakening in a variety of ways. Nature plays a central role in most of his writings. On the one hand, it serves as a mirror and metaphor of human existence. It reflects the way one lives and provides exemplars of how one might live. In chapters such as brute neighbors, sounds, and solitude, Thoreau asks his reader to attend to what is immediately present in nature. The actions of birds and chipmunks, the sounds of night and morning, silences both inner and outer. The effect is twofold. The reader learns from this attentiveness what he or she has not before perceived, and more important, in the process, Thoreau slows down the reader's world so that he or she might understand what it would be like to undertake his or her own experiment in attentiveness. Nature also provides a metaphor for human growth. As many commentators have pointed out, the seasons of the text reveal the continuing possibilities of self-cultivation. One need not accept any routinized existence as final. Moreover, throughout the work, Thoreau treats the reader to shifting focuses on morning, afternoon, and evening, revealing the possibilities of organic development even in the short spans of existence. In attending to organic development, even in short spans of existence, I repeat, in attending to nature's inner energies for self-recovery, one begins to notice one's own possibilities for the same. This notion is good transcendentalist doctrine. Nature is a vehicle for and catalyst of self-reliance. It is a source of intuitions of higher laws. In this, and finally, in a more practical vein, nature as wilderness provides an extreme against which one may measure one's own aliveness. Thoreau sees his time at Walden as a border, life between the numbing over-civilization of the town and a freer existence in the wilderness. The border life, he suggests, is fruitful precisely because it allows one to grow, to participate in the re-civilizing of one's own life. As in his earlier essays, he focuses on championing human agency and creativity. This theme of the wilderness becomes even more explicit in later essays. Considering present situation, what we can say, what I can see or what I can talk about, that this Walden may be the most famous act of social distancing. It's also a lesson on the importance of community. See, in 1845, we have seen in the story that a shy young man named Henry David Thoreau went to the woods to live deliberately. Using old boards for a nearby shanty, he and a few friends built a small cabin near Walden Pond in Concord, Mass. Determined to break a spell of writer's block, he stayed there more than 2 years, trying to suck out of all the marrow of life. He was not always alone during his time, as some carping high school student will point out. But Thoreau's experiment, immortalized in Walden or Life in the Woods, became the world's most famous social distancing. Since the coronavirus quarantine began in different states of in different countries of the world, especially in Italy, in Spain, in England, in the United States, even in India, in the last few months, tens of millions of us have begun something like Thoreau's retreat, but with a better internet connection. As the days accumulate into weeks and then months, the burden of remaining cloistered will surely grow more challenging. Thoreau went there before us. He knew there can be contentment alone, just as often as there can be loneliness among company. Of course, when regarded as a 20-something prick-squatting rant-free on Ralph Waldo Emerson's land, Thoreau sounds like the dude you would least like to quarantine with. He writes, "Men frequently say to me, 'I should think you would feel lonesome down there and want to be nearer to folks.' Why should I feel lonely?" he asks. Is not our planet in the Milky Way? So Walden is a poem in the context of Thoreau's life, makes a richer and far more sympathetic book than the collection of metaphysical aphorisms would suggest. So, considering all this discussion, we can come into we can conclude, or we can come to the conclusion that his experiments with the natureness, with the wilderness, with the over civilization of the town and going to the freer existence, we can compare with the Indian philosophy, which resembles with the Rig Vedas, Vedas and Upanishads. What there is suggestions. Even in Rig Vedas, there is a slok where it is precisely prescribed: don't be led by others. Awaken your own mind. Amass your own experience and decide for yourself your own path. This is a kind of saying in Rig Veda, and there is another one sloka which I am trying to simplify in this lesson, that there are two ways by which knowledge can be imbibed: from an able guru or a able teacher, and self-study. And perhaps because of the self-study, a loneliness he wanted, and he went to the wilderness. He's staying alone in the Walden Pond. He experienced the life, living or growing up in a seclusion. Thank you very much.